Hello and welcome to Taylor Talks Comics. Today is another episode of Hey Kids Comics, where my son Riley
Hi.
gets to show off some of the comics that he enjoys. So stay tuned. And we're back. So Riley, what are we talking about today?
Well, before the disclaimer, I want to say something. My dad in the intro said that it was one of my favorite comics. It's not higher than my favorite comic that should be published and into YouTube already, right?
What one was that? That was Ghosts is what it's called, right? By Brandon Tuckmeyer? Yeah. Yes. That's Riley's all-time favorite.
Ever.
So this one is just under that, but still good nonetheless, right?
I think it's still second. It's a series this time.
Well, let's get over the preamble and show them what we're talking about today.
We are talking about Moon Girl.
And Devil Dinosaur.
The beginning. But I still have the other three.
Yeah, so this is collected in 4 of these nice digest-sized, smaller trade paperbacks.
This looks way thinner, but this only has 1 issue less. So please don't ask me why it's thinner.
I think they just use thinner paper probably. But in total, this collects the entire 47-issue series of Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur in these nice trade paperbacks, which are affordable. I think they're only like $13. Yeah, $12.99 a piece. And this is what the new Disney Plus cartoon show was based off of.
If you know any of that, these are before that was ever created.
Yeah, these were the first things. But first, Dinosaur.
Before this, there was a series that... Is it appropriate? It's appropriate for me, but I don't know about...
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Okay.
So Devil Dinosaur was a character that first debuted in this Jack Kirby comic.
Moon Boy, and actually, that's cool because in these... He's mentioned a lot in the second, but he's mentioned in this and seen in these comics.
Yeah, so it originally started off as just called Devil Dinosaurs, this great Jack Kirby comic from the 70s.
Only 9 issues.
Only 9 issues. Moon Boy and Devil Dinosaur, but it was just called Devil Dinosaur. Great, fun series. But totally different in tone, I think. But these are still appropriate for kids. It's just a giant dinosaur action comic, really.
And they mostly... The other ones, not Moon Boy, say blah, 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 blah. And,
What are those characters called?
Some of these. And here, I have to look really quick.
Okay.
You can keep talking.
Yeah.
Beautiful art.
Oh, the
really
artwork is
cool.
really fantastic.
These are way different than the cartoon.
They are. So, like, in the way the story's told, and she interacts with a lot more Marvel characters, it seems like, in this comic than she does in the cartoon.
Her name is Lunella Lafayette still.
Yeah. But I still think people that are fans of the comic
still Moon Boy.
would be fans of the cartoon, right? And vice versa. Like, if you like the cartoon, you'd still like these.
Mm-hmm.
So different stories, which I think is great, because then if you like the cartoon, you don't want to just go read the same exact stories that you just watched, right? You want a little bit different new stories, which you'll get in this. And a lot of the creative team, I know Natacha Bustos is one of them. So Brandon Montclare is a writer for a lot of them, as well as Amy Reeder. We have Natacha Bustos, and Ray Anthony Height is an artist on here, I guess. And Tamara Bonvillain does the coloring, and her coloring is amazing. Like, I think that's one of the things that really makes this comic great, is like the colors just really pop off the page throughout here. But
I read these a long time ago, so I don't have great memory of these. That's why I'm trying to look.
Just trying to look this up. They do include all the great variant covers in here as well, kind of collected between each issue. But who is Lunella Lafayette? Could you tell us that?
She is a girl just in a high age, not high age, high level kids class.
Like a STEM class kind of, right?
Yeah. I could probably find it. It's really easy to, but
But she's even like smarter than those kids, right?
yeah. And I can tell you this, but in the first one, it says smartest girl of all time in this series sometimes, but that's just because it was a disclaimer and is actually true in these. She is the smartest person ever
On Earth?
yeah, smartest person on Earth. And that one, I think, hold on. Yeah, hold on. No, this, I think.
I just looked at that one. I'm trying to look at it. Yeah, this one we have Brandon Montclare still. I think Brandon Montclare writes the whole entire series. But Natacha Bustos draws those issues. Gustavo Duarte.
People come to New York and they're called the Killer Folk.
The Killer
They
Folk.
don't kill anybody, it's just a scary
We'll pull it
name.
back up on the screen. I don't think you had it in the shot. And these
It
characters.
says Killer Folk good. New World bad. Different and sad bad. But Killer Folk here. Maybe forever. Killer Folk strong.
So they're kind of like cave people.
Yeah.
And then they talk like
And
that.
that's where Moon Boy is. These people, I don't know if it's the exact same, but there are a bunch of mean people like them in the
Double Dinosaur
one too.
So it is a direct, in relation, they do honor the Jack Kirby comic series. It's not like they totally forget that and re-debut Double Dinosaur as a brand new character. They do acknowledge that he was previously in the Jack Kirby comic, which is cool. With the Killer Folk, there were characters in that comic, as well as Moon Boy. But yeah, this is Moon Girl's, her normal outfit, and she's an Inhuman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
she was first a human, but then this smoke came around and made her the power she was.
What do you call that? The Terrigen mist.
This
mist,
is where
right?
it was, actually, just talking about it.
Yeah, it's a Terrigen clouds, right?
Yeah, and this little
Which is for
egg and stuff.
Which is for what viewers, if you're familiar with Kamala Khan, who's an Inhuman in the comics too. That's how her powers came about too. Was because
This
of
is
that Terrigen mist.
Kid Kree or Marvin in the comics. Same name, I'm pretty sure, in here too. But his dad looks totally different.
Sorry, I think his name's Melville, right?
No, Marvin.
Didn't it just see right here?
That's Melvar. That his actual name. His fake name.
Milvar. Oh, but when so he disguises himself as a normal human, right? In her class.
And his name is Melvar.
Oh, okay.
And if you've seen it, which I don't know if you should, this is a spoiler if you haven't seen it. So he already knows that she is a Inhuman and stuff. So yeah.
And he disguises himself as a boy in her class. So now she has a boy in her class that knows that she has these superpowers.
And that's the only person that does so far. See?
There's him as a human. So that
See,
adds a little
Marvin
ripple to it.
Ellis.
Yeah. So you get a lot of action with Lunella trying to go through the struggles of being a kid in school and not being challenged enough in school, I'd say, right? Because she's trying to do all these cool experiments that are beyond the STEMS class that she's already in. But then she comes across this Double Dinosaur, this gigantic dinosaur, which kind of has... Oh, there's Kamala Khan. Where she has to hide this dinosaur from people to make sure that they don't know where he is. And you can imagine how funny it would be to try to hide this giant dinosaur. It kind of reminds me a little bit of...
And sometimes in here, they switch. So, Lunella's soul, I guess, when the full moon is, which is what this is actually even called, full moon, that's girl moon. It's like the opposite of her, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But in these, they switch, so his soul goes into hers during class, which is even scarier. And her soul comes into there during class, which is weird because then everyone's going to think she's a crazy cuckoo head.
It's kind of like a
class.
Freaky Friday type deal.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that it kind of reminds me of like a more fleshed out, 3-dimensional version of like Clifford the Big Red Dog and Emily, what's the girl's name in Clifford? I don't know. But she has like the Clifford the Big Red Dog. She has to like carry around town, or not carry around town, but like walk around town and whatnot. That's a much more two-dimensional version of what they go through here.
Oh, this is where she solves this. It's impossible for anyone to do this, and so you're supposed to get this box into a circle, or this. Never mind. And look, what? No one's supposed to be able to. How? What did you think? I think this means you're the smartest person in the whole world, Lunella Lafayette.
Really cool variant covers.
This is cool. These aren't actually ever encountered or anything. It's just cool covers. And I hate why they do this, but they do like these cool, super cool toys, but they're not actually real.
Yeah, this is John Tyler Christopher, who's an amazing artist and does these really cool toy variant covers, but we always wish these toys actually existed.
And sometimes they're...
So it's almost like John Tyler Christopher's...
Most of the time they're not real.
Is like too good at his job.
So this is just... These are extra stories and stuff, but the Squirrel Girl issue 39's, I guess, in here. It's not actually in there, but it's like
just that cover is.
But she says.
Well, she joins the Fantastic Four in this one. Why don't you talk about that one?
Oh yeah. So, if you're a big Fantastic Four fan, I am not, but my dad has told me that in some part of it that not Franklin, what Mr. Fantastic and what is her name?
Invisible Woman?
Invisible Woman disappear. So then Lunella and Devil are the new 2 replacements into it. See, 3?
Yeah, so it's like the Fantastic 3 all of a sudden.
But then they get Dinosaur and they kind of call them 4.
When you said that, if you're fans or not, one of the great things I think about these comics, especially for kids, is that it kind of introduces them to the world of Marvel.
So this is basically in between where they disappeared.
Yeah. Well, they disappear a lot. I don't know what was going on in continuity of this time, but...
C4.
It's amazing. But it's great for kids to be able to introduce themselves to Marvel. So parents, if you're watching this and you're a big fan of like Marvel Comics, and you want to introduce your kids to Marvel Comics, you can't go... I mean, this is a great series to do that. Go ahead.
Disclaimer.
Oh, yeah, I never went over the disclaimer. If you're watching this, all the Hey Kids Comics videos are appropriate for children, and all the comics involved are appropriate for children. Any other videos on my channel, though, I can't make that same promise, so parents' discretion advised for that. But all the Hey Kids Comics playlist includes comics that are appropriate for kids.
This one says your new Fantastic Four. It says he's back. I don't want to say why, but this always confuses me when I read it. Why did he only get underwear, but he got a whole body costume?
The thing talks about that a lot of times in the Fantastic Four comics. They try to get him to wear bodysuits and stuff, but he's always like, they're uncomfortable. I don't want to wear them like that.
But why
Maybe
does
the dinosaur
he
likes
like
it?
I don't know. That confuses me. But Galactus makes an appearance.
I saw Herbie the robot in there. He's one of your favorites.
Herbie is my favorite out of it. Besides Franklin, Franklin's pretty cool.
So into issue 47. Does the series wrap up nicely?
This is the 3rd book.
Yeah, they don't have volume numbers on it, but you can see on the back they tell you which issues they include.
And these actually are in here.
Just covers.
This one includes a smoking one where you don't want to. Like
smoking is bad type issue?
Yeah, and it confuses me still, but yeah.
You're confused about if smoking is bad or not?
No, the kids actually do it, and it's... Let me find it.
I was gonna say, if you don't know that smoking's bad, then what have I been doing as a parent?
It is. But what is that? I do not remember that. If you saw it, can you see?
A little bit. Apparently, you need to reread these then.
I don't remember it. Oh, this one. So basically.
Oh, Deadpool's in here.
Yeah, but they're fighting. Anyway, it's this bee guy at the end that's controlling all of them that wants to make them smoke for some reason, but bees.
This is a great image here. Say no thanks to smoking.
Yeah.
So it's an anti-smoking issue, which is great.
Which is this guy. I don't know why, but he basically makes smoking.
Oh, the guy's name's Swarm, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's Swarm.
But it makes them taste good or something. I forget. I don't know.
So it makes kids want to smoke.
Yeah, and everyone.
But then they learn that it's bad.
Everyone wants to smoke.
All right, so the last 10 issues are in this book.
Yeah.
Ends with issue 47. Does the series wrap up okay, or did it just get canceled all of a sudden?
Just a fun one, but it's
a Christmas issue.
Yeah,
I always love good
it's
Christmas
with
issues. Gustavo Duarte.
It looks like why do I always forget his name?
What?
It's.
Maybe I can help you out. What else did he do? What do you think?
It's the one I always forget that you always ask me every time.
Art Baltazar?
No. Every time I forget who it is.
Oh, Scotty Young?
Yeah, Scotty Young.
Oh, it looks like
And I do love Spider-Ham. Hey.
Make an appearance.
But there's Swamp Thing in here and stuff.
Oh,
and basically...
Man Thing.
You know what I mean. And it's all about saving Christmas, and Luno has to help Santa, normal, like...
But what I was asking you
Christmas
is, does the
story.
series wrap up okay? Because
me
and other comic book readers know that sometimes the series just gets canceled out of nowhere. But does it wrap up okay? Does it have a good ending to it?
Yeah, it ends with a happy ending.
Well, without spoilers, I just want to know.
This is the last page ever of...
Well, don't just spoil that for him.
I'm here and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, so that's it. She does continue on in other series and whatnot, but it's a really fun series at all ages, totally, because I loved it. I first read it by myself as an adult.
You didn't even finish the series.
Right, but the point is, I read this first book, the first 12 issues, and I said, oh, I think Riley would really enjoy this. And then Riley got hooked on it, and he read the whole series.
Well, he like a year... I said no to it first.
Yeah.
And then a year later, he asked me, and I was like, oh, okay, fine.
And then he liked it.
Yeah, and...
Which is a lesson for you to learn that your dad has great recommendations in comics.
Yeah. But, I think that wraps it up for this episode.
Yeah,
Anything else?
We'll give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below.
Oh, by the way, I think this is all for 4th or 5th graders. I read it because of him.
Yeah.
Mr. Taylor Mitchell.
Taylor Talks Comics.
And that's why I started it as a 3rd grader, but, yeah, that wraps it up. Like and subscribe. Share any books I should read, and if I do try it out and do a video, I will, try to punch you out.
Give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Not punch him out. You're
No,
knock him out.
I'm not going to put them... Oh.
Give him a shout out.
Yeah.
And you can do that in the comments down below. And thank you guys for watching. Have a great one. Keep reading.